do an activity to prove law of conservation of mass. What is that? Law of conservation of mass proposed by Anthony Lavoisier. Who is that? Anthony Lavoisier. The materials needed to prove this law is, the first one is the lead nitrate. See this one. This is a lead nitrate. This salt is white powdery substance. This is white powdery substance. Next, another one is potassium iodide. This is potassium iodide. Okay. Now, I prepared the salt solution, fresh salt solution of lead nitrate. This is the salt solution of lead nitrate. Now, see this one. This is the freshly prepared salt solution of potassium iodide. This one is the salt solution of lead nitrate, and this is the salt solution of potassium iodide. Are you clear about that one? Now, before the reaction, what I am doing, I am finding the mass of the reactants. Mass of the reactants. With the help of the spring balance, I am finding the mass of the reactants. Lead nitrate and potassium iodide solution. This is the potassium iodide. See this one. What is the mass of the lead nitrate and potassium iodide solutions in this reaction? Before the chemical reaction, the mass is, observe this, it is exactly equal to 175 grams. How much? 175 grams. Each other. This is potassium iodide solution. This is lead nitrate solution. Observe this. Do you find any change in the color? There is a change in the color. There is a change in the color. So, new products are formed. New products are formed. So, before the chemical reaction, its mass is 175 grams. Now, after the chemical reaction also, it is 175 grams. Before the chemical reaction, it is 175 grams, and after the chemical reaction, with this experiment, what we can conclude, in a chemical reaction, mass neither be created nor destroyed, or the mass of the reactants is equal to mass of the products. This law is known as law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. Who proposed this one? Lavoisier. Who proposed this one? Lavoisier. So, this law of conservation of mass says that in a chemical reaction, mass neither be created nor destroyed. In a chemical reaction, mass neither be created not destroyed, or simply we can say that in a chemical reaction, mass of the reactants is equal to mass of products. Mass of products. So, to prove this law, what are the materials we used? One is lead nitrate solution. Second one is potassium iodide solution, iodide. Next, the third one is, next, those are the chemicals. Next one, conical flask. Next, retard stand. Fifth one, spring balance. Sixth one, what is that? Thread. These are the materials we used to prove this law. So to prove this law, what we did, first we prepared the salt solutions of lead nitrate and potassium iodide. After that, what we did, with the help of the spring balance, we found the masses of the reactants. After that, what we did, we mixed potassium iodide in lead nitrate solution. So you will find there is a change in the color. And again, if you observe this carefully, a powdery substance is found at the bottom of the conical flask. This powdery substance, undissolved substance, is known as precipitate, which you will learn in your higher classes. Okay, a precipitate is formed. Okay, with this experiment we can say what is a precipitate reaction, how the precipitate is formed. Okay, the same experiment is done to prove this precipitation reaction. Are you clear about that one? So the yellow powdery substance formed at the bottom of the conical flask is known as precipitate. Undissolved substance is formed. Are you clear about that one? So with this we conclude that in a chemical reaction, mass neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, that is, mass is conserved. Means mass of the reactants is equal to mass of the products. This law is known as law of conservation of mass. Okay, to balance the chemical equations, we apply this law of conservation of mass only. Are you clear? As for law of conservation of mass only, we have to balance the chemical reactions and chemical equations. You will learn in your 10th class. Okay? Are you able to follow? Right. Thank you. Mass of the reactants. Along with the flask, this is equal to 175 grams. Mass of the products after the chemical reaction. This is equal to 175 grams. So with this we can conclude that in a chemical reaction, mass is neither created nor destroyed. See, before chemical reaction it is 175 grams. After the chemical reaction also it is 175 grams. Okay, with this experiment we can conclude that in a chemical reaction, mass neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, right.